Hi everyone, I'm back with another video. Today I want to show you how to make these very cute Bauble gift boxes. The initial idea is not my own. If you have a search on the internet for stamping with amore, this is her idea and I've just tweaked them to make them my own. So let me show you what I've used. So for two of these gift boxes I have used Letters to Santa. This is last Christmas's lovely Graphic 45 release. Vintage colours, Jolly Santas on that one. And for the other one I have used an older Christmas collection, which is Twas the Night Before Christmas. Lovely bright reds and greens and vintage images. So each little gift box comes out looking like a bauble, and I've changed mine from Amore's original one, and I've got my box going sideways here so that you can slot your little present inside there. Now inside you could fit money, sweets, jewellery. I'm going to put inside mine a little lottery ticket and some sweets, just as a little table gift, but you could also put somebody's name on and have them as table place settings. Lovely table gift there. So that is my first one, using Letters to Santa. I just fussy cut images from the paper, the stamps and the sentiment. Then I've got another one where he's making his list and checking it twice. Father Christmas there with Happy Holidays, some of the stripy paper behind. And this one is lovely Jolly Santa here from Twas the Night Before Christmas. Now I decided to cover the sides of my box because I like tying the papers in with that. I thought it looked really pretty on that, and like I say, I liked having my box opening on the side, because otherwise you had to take the ribbon off. So I've done it so you don't have to take the ribbon off, and everybody can tweak it however they like. I decorated the back and I intend to put another little die cut circle here on the back with a to and from or my sentiment on there. So let me show you how to make these. So this is how I've done it, and I've written out the dimensions for you. So you need a piece of card which is 6.5 by 5.5 inches, 6.5 by 5.5, and on the long side you need to score it 1/2 inch, 1.5 inches, 3.5 inches and 4.5 inches. On the short side it's 1/2 inch, 1.5 and 4, and you end up with this. That's the size. When you have then done the cutting, so all this is what you should end up with. So you cut all the way, all this piece which isn't blue, and then you will end up with this shape. So there's my one all cut away. As such. Sorry, that's that way. There we go. Put it the right way, it might help. So that's mine cut away there. So I'll just leave that on the screen for a second so that you can take a picture of that. Screenshot. So that is that one. So once you've scored on all these lines, just burnish them to get a nice sharp edge. Give those a good fold down, and then all you want to do is to pop some tape, first of all on this outer edge here. I'm just going to pop mine there and fold it around so that you get your box shape started. So let's get that going. So I'm going to, get that on camera. Pop that to there. You can lie it flat. You can also do it this way, lie it flat, pop that to there, get that stuck on, and you've got the start of your box coming there. Just get that right. Okay, so then all you want to do is this piece with the small tab on will be your tucking in piece there, which you're going to fold and open to get your gifts inside. The bottom end is just going to be folded up to make the bottom of your box. So all I'm going to do is fold that in, pop some tape here, and stick that together. So let me just do that. Just going to pop a piece on here just to close that one together. Let's get that one together. Just keeping it a bit squared up. And then this one I'm going to pop on the top there. So let's pop that together like so. So there's my box made. Now here, because I wasn't lining up very well there, bring that a bit closer, a little bit out there, so I'm just going to trim that. If I just trim that here, just give myself a little neater edge. Not that you're going to see a lot of this because it's all going to be tucked away, but now all I've done on this, if I just grab my punch, you don't have to do this, but I've got a little circle punch here, and on the opposite side to where the box opens, I make a little sort of thumb hole. Now you're not going to be able to use this like the normal thumb hole, but what it does actually do, because it's going to be stuck into your box there, what it does is when it's stuck here, let me find one to just show you. When it's stuck in between your boxes, you can just see where that thumb hole is. Can you see that there? So that you know which end it is to open. Can I get that closer? There. See, there's a gap there. So it just makes it easier to know that that is the side where you're going to open it. So you don't have to do that at all, but I've just done it on mine. So now you've got your little box, and I've been making all mine so that they open on the right hand side. So I've got the box shape, and now I need 2 circles to make the bauble. Now I've cut these from 3 3/4 inch circle dies, and all I did was I added some glue around the edge. I found this was easier. I added the glue around the edge, and then I dipped it into glitter. So I've done that already. It was easier than doing it after the event. So that's what I've got there. Next up, I cut to make the bauble. Now you could use anything here. You could just make this a square top. But I've got these tag banner dies from Lisa Horton Crafts, and I used the smallest one here to get this top shape. You don't have to use this. You can use anything you've got, or just round it with a corner rounder. And I cut those so I'd got 2 small pieces like this, and these are just going to make the tabs at the top of my bauble. I've added a little bit of red line tape to them, and all I'm going to do is pop one on this one, pop that down, turn that one over. This one's going to be my front here, so pop that one on top of it, and I'm going to stick this one on the top there, and that gets me roughly lined up. None of this has to be hugely exact, but just within the area, so that when they go together you're kind of in the same ballpark there. So on my back one, I'm now going to stick down my box. So let's get that one stuck on. So I've just popped some red line tape on here. So let's get that one on. Pop 3 bits on there, and then I'm going to flick it over, and I'm just going to pop 3 bits onto the back here. This makes it super firm, adds a little bit of strength to it, but also when you've got all your pieces in the your little prezzies or heavy chocolates or whatever inside, it makes it quite strong. I've also just popped, now this could be overkill here, but I've just popped a little bit of tacky glue around there, and then I'm going to pop that in the middle of my bauble. with my opening, I put mine on this right hand side. So there's that one. Stick it down. You can open it up and give it a little press. And then I'm going to take off these pieces, get them off. Add another little bit of glue on these edges where you're going to be pulling the opening. And I'm just going to line that up, one above the other. Just going to kind of make sure that that's straight on there. That's it. Line that up. I can open the side of my box again. Give this a squish down. And there we go. That's the basis of my bauble box done. Then I've just cut some pieces of paper to go around the outsides. You can just do that or not do that, it's up to you. And I've cut two, these are 3 1/4 inch circles, which are going to go in the middle of the baubles like so. So I'm going to stick those on now. So let's just pop a bit of glue on here. Pop plenty on. I've got the other side of my bauble tag there, so I'm going to line that up. It's got writing on this paper, so I'm just going to make sure it is going the right direction. Stick that down, give it a good stick, turn it over. I'm going to do the back now. Pop some glue on this one, just enough around the outside and on there. I'll place that one onto the top there. Give that one a good stick down. And then to finish off the paper part now, I'm going to add these to the sides of my box. Now, like I say, you don't have to do this. This is just my choice. And I just think it just finishes it off. And because you've got such lovely papers to use with the Graphic 45 or whichever papers you decide to use, it's a way of showing them off a little bit more, isn't it? So that goes on there. I think I keep coming off the screen a bit, so I'm going to come down a bit further here. I'm going to pop that one on. Just sticking that on the side, like so. And the last bit on the bottom. I think it just finishes it off lovely. Put that bit of glue on there. And place that one on the bottom like so. So now you've got all 4 sides covered. So next up, I'm just going to add the ribbon now to make the bauble part. I've got a small piece of ribbon here, about 12 inches, but you could probably go with less than that. I've just cut that off, ready to trim up. So I'm going to thread that through. Oh, I did punch 2, I didn't say that, but I punched 2 holes in those tab tops ready. And just put that in the right direction. And all I then do is just tie a little knot in the top. Straighten that up, pull that a bit tighter and trim those ends. And that then gives you your bit if you want to hang it up. I've then done a double bow in a dark red here, because this one went with the papers. Just frill that out a bit. And that's ready for sticking on in a minute. But first, I'm going to add some images to the front. So I've just cut these pieces ready, which is the Santa from one of the tags, which I'm going to place here. They're all scraps. The clock or half a clock in readiness, some holly leaves and a sentiment from the papers. So the way I'm going to stick them on is with some old cardboard. So this is from packaging. So I just get a couple of pieces like this at the ready, and with my tacky glue. Oh, and I must say before this, all of my pieces I have inked with walnut stain just around the edges, just to give them a little bit of a vintagey edge and so that there's no white showing. So I pop those on like so. Then I've got so that's my main image that's going to go here. I'm going to keep my clock flat and I'm going to pop this up a bit. So because it's already going to go on that piece there, just going to give it a little bit more height at the bottom. So let's pop some glue on this piece like so. So that's going to layer up onto there. So let's get that stuck down for starters. So I'm going to pop my clock on, and it really is just a little bit of glue. Pop that on, have that tilted round ever so slightly. Make sure that I can fit my Father Christmas on there. Yep, he looks okay. Pop a little bit of glue on him. You don't have to go mad on the glue here. Keep his head down a little bit because you are going to have your bow coming on and you don't want to cover him up too much, so keep him in position there. Keep checking your layout. Then I'm going to pop my Merry Christmas on, which I've got the first height here. So I'm just going to pop the second height on here. There we go. Pop that one on. That makes that just nicely layered up. And then I've got some holly. And I'm going to, I think, pop a little bit here and a couple of pieces here. I thought I had another piece. Let me just have a quick search. That's my holly, so let's pop that on. Now I'm not going to layer those ones up. I'm just going to have that. I don't want that side. I don't want that side. Let's have a little look. Do you do this? Fiddle about and see where you want it. So let's pop it there. And then we're just going to pop these couple of pieces, covering up where I've got some joins there. Just have them slightly overlapping the edge. Pop that in. There we go. There's the two. Just going to give those a little press down. And that, I think, for me is great. Then all I'm going to do is to add my bow. I don't add it with glue. I add a very small piece of red line tape. So there's my piece. I'm just going to add it to the back of the bow. Give it a good push on. The hardest part now is getting it off. Got the backing off. Spread my bow out. And I'm just going to pop that towards the top, underneath where it's going to hang. And that is my little bauble box there. Move all my stuff aside. There. I've got glitter on the edges, which this is, as you can see, much easier doing it this way than trying to add it afterwards. There's the back where I can add a sentiment. And here is the side where you can just see that little, you can just see that little opening so that you know you can pop your goodies inside there. You can decorate them however you like. So that is my bauble boxes. So if you fancy giving them a go, I'd love to see what you make. And they make great little treat hangers for the tree and for the table. You can't really go wrong. You could do them instead of crackers. So if you like this video, please do give me a like. It'd be great if you could subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.